Hi guys, Agrippa Maxenius here, coming at you with another Let's Play video on the game Close Combat Gateway to Caen. And you guys know this is one of the finest games I've encountered for World War II so far. Now we're actually going to be playing with an SS division. And of course, you know, I'm the kind of person that believes in historical realism, but for some people this is somewhat offensive. I don't see these guys as heroes at all, but I do see this as a game, a historical game in which you reenact a lot of true things. So we are going to be playing with an SS division in this battle against the British to kind of test out how they play. I'm not really sure. I'm not familiar with how they play. I do know that we don't actually have any tanks. We do have a tremendous amount of armored cars, though, and we're playing this video. Excuse me. We're merely playing as the German side. So as you can see, we're already going for the setup here, and we have to make it across this field. For those of you that saw the other video, you're fairly familiar with this area right here. Make it to the church, all that stuff, all that fun stuff. So far, the units seem to be pretty well laid out. I'm going to go ahead and put one of the STKVZs up here, and I definitely want to have these infantry units a bit closer to the front of the battlefield because, unfortunately for them, they're most likely going to have to make a run across one of these fields. Maybe I'll actually go this way towards the south, which I know the computer almost never does when I play this battle as the British, which may mean that it's not a good place, not a good way to go, but I think we'll soon find out. Put one of the units on the road here. This Pioneer Brigade will start moving down the center with this other brigade here. And what else should we do? Do we have a mortar team? No, just another Panzer Grenadier team. Let's drop them over here as well. These guys are all going to make basically a dash across to capture the corner orchard. And the STKVZ is going to hopefully, if everything goes right, help protect them. So let's go ahead and get this battle started, guys. We're beginning now. First thing I'm going to do is begin the assault up here in the north. I'm a little upset I didn't take more guys, but that's alright, to move up here. So let's actually get some guys into the distillery. I hope we can get out without any contact, although we may not be able to. We're just going to move fast and try to make it there before the enemy does. I'll get one of these STKVZs to make it a little more challenging for them. We'll move one up that way. We'll move this one up in the south over here, the south of the distillery. And these other two STKVZs are going to kind of just hang out. Actually, we'll help this one get over here. Because I know there's going to be a lot of British infantry units in that section. And the next thing we want to do is move this Panzer Grenadier section up over here, because I know the British are going to be breaking for this hedge pretty soon, or they're going to be very close to it anyway. So we want to make sure that we take it. We'll go ahead and take this STKVZ and help, and he'll be somewhat of a help to these guys. He'll assist them in getting across the field. One more Panzer Grenadier squad. Look at that. Our guys are moving beautifully. So far, we haven't gotten any contact. I expect that'll change pretty soon. We haven't even focused here on the south, so let's get our guys here in the south moving the way we want them to. Send one guy down here to take the chateau. And the rest of these guys, we've got an HQ squad, we'll send over here to the church. I think so far, actually, we're setting this up pretty well. I'm not going to pat myself on the back just yet because this battle has a long way to go and a lot of things could change, but so far I'm pretty confident with the way I'm setting up the battle here. And let's go ahead. What else should we do? Okay, I did hear some radio contact, but I don't think that's actual contact. We'll move some guys into the crosshead. Why not? That guy will go to the crosshead. This guy over here will go to the crosshead. And we'll move this STKVZ so he can actually see any enemy troops over here. Alright, so we are approaching, guys, the distillery. So far, we have not encountered any enemies, which is pretty surprising. We are also moving into the corner orchard, and so far, our guys have gotten across this field totally unhindered, which is pretty much a miracle, if I could say that. Let's go ahead and get this STKVZ a little more up the road. Just start bringing another one up. Oh, I don't like the way these guys are driving. You guys are poor drivers. And actually, our HQ unit, or our Pioneer unit, was able to make it up to the field. At this point, we'll go ahead and take all these guys and just mass select them and move up to the corner orchard. If I'm not mistaken, they're going to have some guys in these buildings, basically just going for a defense. But if we hold the positions we have right now, we've already won, because they're going to have to make a push if they want to win this battle. And so far, I don't see them making any kind of a push. They're really not trying much at all. So we did get that. Let's go over here and get the orchards. I hate to have to actually waste men getting these like small areas, but they are going to help in our ultimate victory if we make it. So let's go ahead and we'll move this guy up as well. And yeah, really, we haven't gotten any sort of a contact whatsoever with the enemy. Okay, there we go. The contact begins. Is it coming from the building like I thought it would be? We were not sure yet. No men have gone down yet. I'm going to go ahead and move this STKVZ past their lines, actually, give them a little bit of a surprise. And I may even be able to move it around and flank them, trying to do some serious damage to their infantry. I really want to go for this building here. Oh, yes, we're under fire. So we're going to move this STKVZ up. I really do want to go for this building, but I'm scared if I go for it, they're going to open up with machine guns, and it's going to be a serious problem. So before I do that, I want to make absolutely sure that we can take this without a serious backlash from the enemy. Let's go ahead and get this Pioneer Division. We can move them over here. And there we go. They're still firing mortar fire at us, but it's not very effective mortar fire. And it's certainly not very continuous. It's kind of just every now and again. We'll get these guys up to the crossed hedge. Really just moving our way across the map here. We are the ones making the offensive here. Even though this is really very much an even map, we suddenly have been thrust into the position of making the first move. It's okay. Let's go ahead and move back here. They've got to have some guys here. As you can see, we've already got a tank. A whole ton of enemy units. Okay, definitely want to move the SKVZ back. Wow, that flamethrower is definitely doing a lot of damage to them. It's gotten 2 of them so far. But I've got to get out of here before that tank has a chance to open fire again, or that guy is finished. And I definitely don't want this STKVZ to go the same route as the other one. Let's see. So far, nothing whatsoever. All of the attack is going up here, and unfortunately that STKVZ is out of action, guys. I really do wish this vehicle crew would still have a little bit of fight in them, but looks like they don't, because we've got a ton of enemies over here. Now, what I'm going to do, and this will be kind of a new part of the game for you guys, generally, I should say typically, I would drop the mortar on maybe a tank unit, something like that. But I think what I'm going to do in this game is I'm going to drop it up here on these units in the north, because I know where they are, I know there's a lot of them here, and I know it can do a lot of damage to them. So once we get into the mortar fire, I'll let you guys take a look there. And let's see if we can't get these guys. This may be a huge mistake, but we're going to go ahead and charge this building and try to get inside it. Do the same with the Panzer Grenadiers up here in the north. So we're making an open run across a field. We do have some, very few, and there we go, guys. Our mortar fire has begun. And as you can see, there's a lot of effective fire already. 2 guys are down. A lot are down here, but I think that's mostly from the tank. I'll come back to that in a minute. We did manage to get in the building. Unbelievable. And our STKVZ is burning out the enemy defenders like nobody's business. They definitely didn't use their tanks effectively in this battle, although there's still time for them to surprise me quite a lot and really come back for the counterattack. Honestly, at this point, if they were able to get those tanks in action, we'd be in for quite a fight. Let's go ahead and get this Pioneer Division. Start taking their final positions here. Saint Matteville. Wait a minute. We've got some units at the church. Alright, here's what I want to do. Take these guys and put them at the outside of the church over here so they can start firing on the enemy. Let's look up here. Look at all that damage on the battlefield. We've got a lot of dead Brits lying all over the place. We have managed to take this building, which is unbelievable. And I'm feeling like I should take one of these Panzer Grenadier divisions, probably this one right here, and move into the next building. Really just work our way through this area very slowly. Don't forget, we still have these tanks to deal with, these Churchill tanks. And we really have nothing to destroy them, so we're focusing entirely on morale and victory points. If we can't capture both, we're in trouble, to say the least. And look at that. We've done pretty effective fire over here on this unit named Saint-Mauveau. Even though we're so far away, almost like an entire block at the church, our guys have managed to kill 2 of theirs, or at least wound them. I'm not sure if they're dead. You only find out after a battle, which I think is pretty cool. Now, so far, we're moving into that next building. Little problems. Really no problems to speak of. But I do want to get rid of this tank. And sadly, even with the mortar fire, I probably wouldn't have been able to destroy it. So it's going to be kind of a waiting game almost to see how well we can do. All right, do we get another Brit down there? Oh, now they're opening up with the artillery fire on the church unit, and it's about time, I have to say. We'll go ahead and move this Pioneer Division over here. So these guys will be keeping up the fire against the British over here while these guys are moving up. So hopefully suppressing them so that they can't kill any of my units. But as you can see, they're putting some pretty heavy artillery fire over here. Or heavy mortar fire, I should say, on our units in this building and also on our units in the church building. So we're in a little bit of trouble. I don't want all of these Pioneer Divisions to suddenly get wasted. As you can see, they're going to go ahead and make a push. The infantry is going to try to make a push towards the buildings we've just taken. And they're already paying for it. Already over here, as you can see, an entire squad of British infantry is wasted. And these guys right here might make themselves useful by getting into this building over here. Let's try that. We'll move this STKVZ up as well. And that church unit is still taking a ton of hits. They're really trying to dislodge the 2 units we have in the church. And they are succeeding. They've killed 2 guys so far. Let's take a look. I think they've killed 2 guys. Maybe just wounded them. 1 wounded, 1 killed. 1 is yellow, which I think means terrified. Basically suppressed because he's just scared. And who wouldn't be? The entire church has been ruined from all of their shelling. Let's go up here. Nothing so far, so still trying to make that push, and I think at this point we can go ahead and move that STKVZ across, try to do as much damage as possible. Right now, look at this. These guys are stuck on the other side of the buildings. They can't even make it past, not even with their tank. And I'm kind of hoping they'll move this Churchill really close to my troops, because at that point they can start lobbing their anti-tank grenades. And that's going to help a lot. We can't hurt the tank with the STKVZ, unfortunately, but we could definitely hurt the hell out of their infantry units. Alright, moving up on St. Mauveau. Wow, no. So these guys definitely got pinned down, and they're not moving anymore. Can't say I blame them, but let's try to get them at least behind the house here. Come on, guys. You can do it. Forward versus the enemy. Or something to that effect. Alright, so we're moving with these guys, trying to flank the enemy units we spotted before. Boom! Oh! Knew that was going to happen. The STKVZ just got annihilated by the enemy tank unit. And that's the problem. As soon as they spot the STKVZ, it's gone. It's finished. So we need to try to kill as many of the enemy units as we can before that happens. Oh, yes. Love to see that fire. When you see that flame shooting out, you know the STKVZ has caught onto something. And this unit's still firing away. Let's see, have these guys gotten behind the house? They have. Unbelievable. Without losing a single man. So at this point, we're going to move fast into the building. They're moving into the building too. Kind of surprised that these guys aren't firing at them. Let's go ahead and make sure they are opening fire. Okay, they might not be able to, so let's get this Panzer Grenadiers out here. We did get into the building first, but they're throwing their grenades. They're assaulting us pretty well. Oh, let's see, did we lose anybody? 1 guy is definitely dead. No wounded so far. And it seems like they're retreating away from this building, which is good for us and bad for them. It's definitely good for us. Take this HQ and start assaulting them. As you can see, they're getting into bayonet combat now. Our Pioneers are moving their bayonets out, but still really no contact in terms of definite kills. They're kind of being very careful. I'm going to go ahead and charge, guys. I don't typically do this, but I am charging the enemy infantry unit. We're going to go ahead, starting with the bayonets. Don't shoot. I believe they're surrendering. Certainly not quickly enough. Yes, they are surrendering, guys. One of them, unfortunately, is continuing the fight, and he's still killing some of my Pioneers. Wow. He's refusing to surrender. Okay, I think he's dead now. But these guys have surrendered, so we don't have to worry about them as much. Now, as for the... Oh, yes, the crossed orchard. We forgot about this. Let's go ahead and move these guys up. We want to take the corner orchard. Crossed orchard. What the fuck is wrong with me? Corner orchard, excuse me. Let's go ahead and select these guys and move up to the next point here. Surprised these guys aren't totally out of ammo. We've still got a lot of enemy troops over here, and this STKVZ is basically, is it totally? Yeah, it's out of commission. That really sucks. Let's move fast. Get these guys behind the stone wall. And we'll move this infantry unit over here, because even though they're getting some pretty effective fire, or I should say getting some fire down, it's not effective fire. It's not hitting anybody, because they're behind cover, you know, and they're not really too worried. Let's take these 2 STKVZs, send them to St. Mathieu. And yes, look at those British surrendering. Unfortunately, we haven't gotten to St. Mathieu yet, so let's go ahead and take that position. Should be able to take it without much difficulty. It'd be really messed up if they suddenly stopped surrendering and took our church position. Look at the poor church. What have they done to it? It's totally destroyed. And it looks like morale is pretty bad for both sides. I don't blame them. It's just been a pretty bloody battle. Doesn't seem like we've lost as much infantry as we have just basically, you know, STKBTs left and right, which I kind of expected. And there we go, guys. We're in Saint Mauveau, and from here, from Saint Mauveau, we can start to focus our attack up towards the other units on this side. I'm going to move my guys into this building over here, and from here, they should have a pretty open fire position to the enemy troops. Wow, it sounds like somebody's burning up. Did not sound good. I love the sounds of this game. So epic. But very not family friendly, I'll be honest. Let's go ahead. This STKVZ, okay, he's still moving. This guy's just hanging out, kind of. Okay, so we have taken over this area almost totally. We did manage to get into this building, and as you can see, the pioneers are now opening up on the guys here in the hedgerows. I'm not sure if these guys are going to respond in kind. I sure hope they do. We'll move these guys over here to these hedges, just so that they can definitely get some effective fire on the enemy. But I don't think it's looking good for them. I don't think they've used their tanks the way they should have. But as you can see, they've got a ton of guys behind these hedges that they just refuse to move. Let's get this STKVZ. Move him over here. Not really that concerned if we lose all of our armored cars, just as long as they take out a lot of enemy infantry, you know, at the same time. Obviously, like, kill-death ratios in this game are so important because you can actually beat an enemy just by destroying their morale to such an extent that they're not even willing to fight anymore. And you do that by crushing infantry units. You do that by wounding them, killing them, maiming them, etc. And eventually they just lose the will to fight. That's kind of the way it happens, I guess. Let's go. Oh, yes. To Mue. It's the last victory point we need to grab. And is this Churchill still in action? Of course he is. No, I don't want you to go that way because the Churchill's going to spot you. Oh, man. Another shot by the Churchill trying to hit the infantry unit we have hidden here. Or not hidden. Really hate that there's nothing we could do about that. And there we go. The Churchill's righting itself. It looks like it's aiming right at my STKVZ. Really hope it isn't. I wish the STKVZ could do something to the Churchill, like at least immobilize it or something, but it seems that no. Unfortunately not. Boom! Yeah, I was worried about that. Kind of expected that to occur. This Churchill's coming, or this STKVZ's coming up. We'll go ahead and just move these guys over here. So at the very least that they won't be able to take back the distillery without moving their tanks up, which I don't think they're going to do. Anytime soon, at least. Oh, that crocodile's opening fire. No, we don't want that. We're going to get these guys the hell out of here. It looks like they're so pinned, they're not even willing to move. What about these guys? I'd love these Panzer Grenadiers to open fire. You should be able to hit them. Let's get this unit to fire, too. And it's yellow, which means that the chances of us hitting the enemy aren't great, but they're not terrible either. So really the idea here is to try to run out of morale a little less quickly than the enemy. And so far we're holding our victory points just fine, so really just need to stick it out. Zugtrupp. I really wish I knew what Zugtrupp were. I'm hoping that they are anti-tank troops, but pretty sure I don't have any anti-tank troops at all. Unfortunately, this division over here was totally wiped out. Let's see how these British guys do getting across. The Piat does getting across. We could definitely use that Piat too to this next building. I don't think they'll do very well. But it's very much kind of a stalemate at the moment. These guys can get the hell out and move back up to the hedges. Let's do that. STKVZ.
In position.
Let's see. So far the enemy attack on our two buildings we've taken over here by the corner orchard is going pretty well. We haven't managed to kill any of them. I mean, if you guys take a look at the enemies over here, you know, we've been in a firefight with these guys for the entire time, and we haven't killed one of them. And in the meantime, they've killed 1, 2, 3 of our guys or wounded them. They've killed a lot in this building too, and it's not good. So we want to be extra careful here. I'm going to go ahead and open fire with this unit. It's kind of been staying hidden the entire time. And this time I think it's definitely time to go ahead and open up. Love to get some kills. So they're definitely assaulting this location. And I'm going to go ahead and move in another infantry unit here just to dissuade them from assaulting a little longer. Because I've got an idea now. And we did kill one of their guys, finally, trying to make it over the stone wall here. He didn't manage to make it the whole way. We're getting the Zook troop in. As you can see, there's a lot of enemy troops on the other side of this building, and we're going to have to do the old German charge. So we're going to move fast here and try to just clear these guys from the building with a nice charge. Don't know how effective it's going to be, but we'll soon find out. So their machine gunner's going in first, whacking the enemies. Oh, he's down. He's down. Not good. Very, very not good. Go ahead. Maybe we should just open fire. Yeah, let's just open fire. Let's do that. I think we'll get a little luckier with the shooting. And we are in the same building, so this is kind of just inter-building combat, or close combat. That's the name of the game. Boy, alright. It's not good for us at all. They've definitely pushed through. I don't think they've lost a lot of guys, and they continue to push through. So it's desperate that we hold these positions, and I really hope that they don't spot this guy. These guys may be of some use, because what we can do is move them into the next building. Let's move fast and maybe even flank the enemy. I would think it would be kind of hard, but we can try. Oh, come on, SDKVZ. If you can move quickly now, dude, you would make my day. Talking to the SDKVZ like it's a single person. You know that I've gone crazy. Alright, move these units up too. And now, as you can see, we can see all of the enemy units over here. They're all making their way towards the unit that we have hidden here. Not at all surprised by that. Definitely want to move these guys up, give them a bit of a fight, so we'll move them fast over here. And I do expect that they will win the battle, unfortunately. I do think, maybe not the entire battle, but they will win the battle of the 2 buildings over here. They've taken out 3 German units. I don't know how many of our prisoners they got. Thankfully, we're now actually looking into the building. We did kill a few of their guys. Quite a few, actually, but not as many as I expected. And look at that. Unfortunately, that's it. Buman has been hit. He was the last Panzer Grenadier in here. And that's the end of the battle, guys. So we actually got an Axis major victory. And I'll explain why. Even though our morale was absolutely astonishingly bad, the enemy didn't actually make a push. Had they charged me and tried to go ahead and push my units back, taken back the victory points, it would have been a total Allied victory, because I had nothing I could do to counter those Churchill units. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the losses, as I always do with these battles. We lost 6 leaders, 18 infantry killed, 2 leaders wounded, 28 wounded. Oh, bad. Very, very bad stats on my part. I lost a lot of Germans. We did manage to kill 3 enemy leaders and 11 enemy infantry, which is pretty good, and we also wounded a ton of them as well. And captured 2. They got 2 of ours too, and one of the guys they captured is a leader. I don't really care about capturing soldiers, but capturing leaders, that's a serious thing. Now let's take a look at our soldiers here, see if anybody's gotten any sort of awards. As you can see, I want to go to our units that have been really in the thick of it. Like the 9th Company here. This guy got 4.5 kills, and unfortunately he didn't get a medal because he's dead. He's killed in action. Let's see if any of these other guys. So a lot of acts of bravery. Few basic medals going around. This guy right here got, I don't know what kind of medal this is, but I've never seen it before. He killed 10 enemy troops. So Bosch here is an awesome gunner. And he does get noted also with an act of bravery. So far it looks pretty much like we managed to win that through sheer determination, holding our positions, despite the fact that we were being absolutely crushed. Just goes to show you that sometimes you got to hold your position under any circumstances. As Winston Churchill says, never give up, never surrender. Right, guys? Isn't that what he says? Anyway, guys, thanks so much. Make sure to rate and comment down below. Tell me if you enjoy this video. And specifically, I always like when people let me know, like, specifically what part of the video they enjoyed. So let me know down below. And thanks so much for watching, guys. Take care.